The Thursday night games in the books between the Commanders and the Eagles. The Eagles took this home. We're going to go to the buy, sell, holds, and trades from this game for fantasy football as we do a recap. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're doing recaps after the games. We're going deep on the waiver wire every week with multiple videos. We're using these videos to help you set your lineups. And we're also doing deep dives on a lot of players. Click that button. Stop missing out. Ric Flair's watching. Do not disappoint Ric Flair. But a lot happened in this game. It hit the under, but we did get multiple fantasy producers from this matchup. The Eagles defense really pushed the pace with the pass rush, getting to Jaden Daniels. 3 sacks in this game. He can only account for 191 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, a crucial interception at that. Brian Robinson got the touchdown early in this game and 63 yards. So he was all right for you in fantasy. He was okay. Also caught another ball for 9 yards. It was okay. We were coming back from the injury. We were okay. The workload wasn't reduced. You'll take that. You won't love it, but you'll take that in your box score for fantasy football. Austin Ekeler, though, not much on the ground, but catching 8 balls for 89 yards. So 16.9 PPR fantasy points, pushing 17. Looking solid. We got 9 targets in this matchup here. And then on top of that, Zach Ertz got that late touchdown, saving you for your fantasy matchup. You either started him because you picked him up off waivers a few weeks ago and you're rolling with him. But 6 catches, 47 yards, so 10.7 points there. Plus the touchdown, around 16 fantasy points. He's going to be an easy tight end one for the week. Terry McLaurin busted. He busted. And this is a first bust week since week 2. He was due for that. Don't kill the messenger on that one. Terry McLaurin busted on us. Everybody started him because he's Terry McLaurin and he's been very safe this whole season long. That's okay. That's going to happen. You're going to catch a bad beat no matter who the player is every once in a while. A.J. Brown, 5 catches, 65 yards on 8 targets. All right performance. You're not going to love it. You kind of wish you had a little bit more, but you're going to take that. Dallas Goedert got you good enough to push for tight end 1 status. 5 catches, 61 yards off 5 targets. Good enough. I mean, these tight ends get short ADOTs. They really got to score a touchdown for them to go bonkers in the box score. That's just how it's done. And then going to Devonta Smith. And I told you, if we played this game 100 times, half the time he would probably go bonkers in the box score, and the other time it would be like this. It was like this. We had 6 targets. We had good volume in this matchup. 4 catches, 29 yards. The big story here, and it's always the big story here, Saquon Barkley. 146 yards and 2 touchdowns. Also 52 yards receiving. He just went off. I can't even compute the fantasy points. He just went off. He's an RB1 easy this week. Like, easy. One of the top running backs in fantasy this week, easy. One of the top players overall in fantasy. Jalen Hurts, getting you a little bit on the ground plus the touchdown. 221 yards passing. You're going to take that. That's going to push QB1 status. There's probably going to be a handful of quarterbacks that do not surpass 200 yards. We already got one. There's going to be a handful of quarterbacks, like every week, that do not hit 200 yards, which is very rare in most years. But we're catching that week after week after week. The running backs are getting more work in the NFL. The starting running backs are holding up. Less injuries at the running back position. It's pretty good for our fantasy starters. If you need a handcuff from this game, Kenneth Gainwell, because the Eagles' offensive line's blocking well. Saquon Barkley's getting that juice, a lot of workload. That could be the perfect handcuff if you got Barkley, because he's going to step in and get that workload. He's looking interjected, looking good, getting that volume, whatever little he's getting. You may want to look at that as a handcuff, not a top-tier play, not a must-get, not a guy. Just throwing that out there from watching the game. Throwing that out there from watching that offensive line cook. Just throwing that out there just in case if you got Saquon Barkley, if you want that insurance policy, there it goes. But those are the buy, sell, holds, and trades from this game. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.